in one, you made the earth and the heaven. Before you today, we are standing. You want to bring about something special in Akwa Ibom State. Our Father, because you are a special God, we invite you into the midst of the people. And we ask you, God, that your Spirit will descend upon this place. That what you approve shall be done. And what you do not approve shall not be done. That at the end of the day, your servant whom you sent to us as a gift, as a governor, whatever he will say, oh God, that you will put inside him, and what others will agree, Father, that shall stand, that this state might grow forward. Thank you for all the guests that you have brought together with him to stand around. We ask, oh God, that you receive glory, having brought them safely from wherever they came. Father, at the end of the day, you will take them back. Thank you for the whole occasion of this day. We have prayed believing as we declare this occasion open. In the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen. And regrow, gather momentum, and continue to soar. Today, for the first time in the history of our state, the people of this state are following their governor to make a political choice. At all times, there is campaign. Come and join this party, come and join that party. But today, Akwa Ibom people of all structures are here to follow their governor to make a fresh political start. Your Excellency, our governor, these your people who choose you as their leader, who voted for you, who created that momentum. When you told people that you were not known as a politician, it is true. But these people made you a politician. And you have led them well. To the extent that you have asked them to join you to leave a political party they have known for all their lives, and they have agreed. Your Excellency, you owe these people a lot of work in the next 6 years. We cannot be responsible for who our brothers are. We cannot be responsible for who our sisters are. But we can choose our friends. And today, Your Excellency, you have led Akwa Ibom to choose their political friends. They may not know why. These people will follow you to everywhere, anywhere you go. You have been a tremendous leader. For these 2 years that you have led Akwa Ibom State, Akwa Ibom has had peace. Akwa Ibom has had prosperity. We have made progress in our relationships with each other. Never before did we ever have two political parties of our own state sitting together in the same room. You made it possible. What surprises me is that the people of the APC are happy that you are coming, and the people of PDP are happy you are going. And why are the people happy? And why are the people happy? Because they want you to be in one same room with all of them. The PDP is going with you to APC, and the APC is happy to receive you and all of us in one room. You have done well for us. God will bless you. Amen. For the first time, the other day I was telling somebody that nobody likes to have Senate presidents from their state. From the time of Wabara to the time of David Mark, everybody runs away from wanting to have a Senate president. It is only in Akwa Ibom State that the governor and the Senate president will sit together in the same room to do business. Your Excellency, this movement to APC is a matter of common sense. Common sense. President Tinubu has led this country well. And so as you give your reasons for wanting your people to declare today, I know that focal on this is going to be your love and respect for President Tinubu. And we are happy with you. He made our son Senate president. You cannot have it bigger than that. He made you proud. He recognizes you. He calls you a son. We can only stay with the father in the same house. We are emotional today because it has not been an easy decision. You have consulted with anybody who needed to be consulted with. All the people who had to take this decision have been talked to. You have gone in the night, in the day, through in aircrafts. You have gone everywhere in this country to consult with your people. This is how it should be. I don't know who did it before, but Your Excellency, you have done well. Your people are very happy with you. So to Akwa Ibom people, it is now time for Akwa Ibom people to show their loyalty to their government. Whether he invites you or not, we have to go with him. Whether he likes it or not, we have to go with him. Because he is a man we know, and he is a man we trust. God bless Akwa Ibom State.
Your Excellency, our governor, the God's chosen, the Son of our Lord Jesus Christ, Pastor Umar Eno, the latest member of the All Progressive Congress. You are welcome, sir. Congratulations. Your Excellency, the Deputy, my daughter, the noble lady, you have a lot of work to do. Your Excellency, congratulations. When I became the governor's wife 2007, when you call for meetings like this, you see only chieftaincy caps. You don't see her tie. And I asked a question, where are our women? They will say, Ma, they were in the kitchen cooking pepper soup and rice. I say, no, that must stop. That our women are very brilliant. Our women are very intelligent. Our women are go-getters. Our women can contribute their own quota in the development of Akwa Ibom State. And that is why today you see Her Excellency Senator, distinguished Senator Akon, sitting as Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State. She is not the only one. I've seen her honor. Maybe she was once a Deputy Governor. So many of them are here. Your Excellency, the governors, in this state, we had chief judge, women. In this state, even Her Excellency seated here was once a minister. We've had women in very sensitive positions, and they have not disappointed us. Thank you for your support to our governor. Your Excellency, the governor, with your consultation, it has made your work very easy. During our own time, it was like entering a forest with a knife, not an axe, not with a bulldozer, but with a knife. You can imagine cutting into a forest with a knife to enter into the APC. But I'm very glad that you have seen the light, and God has seen your hearts, and that you mean well for our people. Because you're a child of God, God opened your eyes to see tomorrow. And you know that tomorrow, every development can only come from the APC. Because we have a president that has sight and vision. And you have a Senate president who is a peaceful man, who doesn't like fighting. It wouldn't have been this easy. am so excited. I am glad. My heart is full of joy. I used to ask this question, when will our people see? And then the Honorable Minister will always tell me, Ma, one day they shall see. He is seated here as the Minister today of Petroleum and Gas. God bless you. For our critical stakeholders, those we met in APC and those that left us in APC, those we left in PDP and that you have not joined the APC, you are all welcome. All of you. May God bless all of you for supporting the governor. Your Excellency, they will malign you. They will criticize you. They will insult you. Get ready. But I want to tell you that when that time comes, you know what to do as a servant of God. They will talk to you in a way that when you finish dressing up to go to work, you look at yourself on the mirror and say, are they talking about Pastor Umeno? Is this me that describing? And the word of God will comfort you. And God will tell you, cry no more. Cry no more. I am with you. That is what I'll leave with you. That because God is with you, you shall fear no one. And because you have a lion in the person of Mr. President, and that you have a lion in the person of the Senate President, who do you fear? No one. You shall fear no one. Your Excellency, God will give you peace. God will protect you and your family. Amen. Don't bother about what they will write. If it's what they will write, our own has filled GP tanks up to 20. But we have not been deterred. So don't worry yourself. Noble lady, you will cry. Are they talking about my father? Are they talking about me? Just hand it over to Christ, knowing that Christ is with you. And when Christ is with you, who can be against you? Nobody. Nobody. God will bless you for taking this bold decision. It is not an easy one. Let nobody kid you. It is not an easy decision to take, but you are not going to regret it. Because you did it for the sake of Akwa Ibom people. Not because of you, not because of your children. When our Senate President took that decision in 2019, he was like, crucify him, crucify him. There was no name he wasn't called. But today, all of us are reaping from it. He is your brother. He is your friend. He is your father. He is our leader. May God continue to bless him for leading us on this track. We didn't understand the vision then. We didn't understand why he took that decision. But today, it is very clear to each and every one of us. APC! 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 God bless you, sirs.
The APC is indeed proud to have him as a shining example of selfless service. We also express our deep appreciation to our President, His Excellency, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for his love and respect for Akwa Ibom State. Mr. President has proven through his actions and appointments that Akwa Ibom State matters a lot to him. He has welcomed our leaders with open arms, responded to our concerns with sincerity, and indeed, he has given us a seat at the national level. His leadership style is one of inclusion And today's event is an epitome of that inclusion. And that message of renewed hope agenda has indeed taken root here in our great state, Akwa Ibom State. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us speak about the man of the moment. His Excellency, Ediya Akparawa, Pastor Umbo Abasieno, a man of true content of character, a performing governor, a man of his word. When he said he would link Akwa Ibom State to the center, some doubted him. But he remained focused. He did not speak from both sides of his mouth. And today, fellow Akwa Ibomites, he has not only fulfilled that promise, he has exceeded it. By joining the great party, the APC, His Excellency has opened the doors of greater development, peace, and inclusion for every Akwa Ibomite. He has governed with an open heart and opened doors to every Akwa Ibomite. We saw that when he led 2 former governors, former deputy governors, speakers, elders, and stakeholders across party lines and ethnic divides to meet Mr. President. That singular gesture sent a strong message. Akwa Ibom is united today indeed, and never again should we go back to the history of the past. I was on that day one of those who saw what we have never seen, all parties being under one roof. Seeing these great citizens that day, the Akwa Ibomites, gathered under one roof was a clear signal that we have a true pilot who pilots his people together in unity. Let us remember the words of one of the greatest ancient philosophers, Aristotle, who said, "The whole is greater than the sum of its parts." When we come together, no force can stop our progress. Governor Minor has shown us the power of unity in diversity. In just 2 years, he has delivered impressively. He has advanced rural development like never before, empowered businesses, improved infrastructures, strengthened education, and above all, which is very paramount, maintain peace, stability in all communities. Friends and distinguished Akwa Ibomites, in the fullness of time, these achievements of His Excellency will make our campaign for second term not just easy, but joyful. And so, friends, I didn't come here to bore you with long speeches. I rather say, long live our dear governor, the chief pilot. Long live the All Progressive Congress. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And long live Akwa Ibom State. On that note, I'm going to walk down with my fellow colleagues to gratefully welcome the chief pilot and all those who have come out en masse with him to join the APC family.
This factor, the caliber and credibility of our dear leader, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to deliver dividends of democracy in Nigeria. For Akwa Ibom leaders to join hands and contribute their own quota towards this national assignment is a welcome development. I want to thank you. I want to assure you and take this message very strongly that you will never regret this your decision. And I want to, listening to the wife of the Senate President, you should fear not. We are not only able, we are willing and we are capable. We will support you. We will be with you. The decision from the governor to join APC on behalf of the people of Akwa Ibom State, will be supported by both the national and subnational governments in Nigeria. I will therefore assure you and respond when His Excellency Asams, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, said whether that the governor is coming to the party is leaving, they are happy. The party is coming to, they are happy. I want to confirm on behalf of APC that we are happy to receive the governor.
Standing before you today, I make bold to state categorically that I have, by today's event, changed my political affiliation. But I will continue to uphold my values, my moral fiber, my foundational principles that I have nourished and cherished all through my life. Those values will remain unchanged, and I will always work with you regardless of party affiliations. And I'd like to say that coming from the PDP, I want to make it emphatically clear that we are not joining the APC from a position of weakness. We are joining the APC from a position of strength. We are bringing value to the All Progressive Congress in Akwa Ibom State. We are wanting to build back a party that has once been torn apart, where people go their different direction. We have come to the APC with a ministry of reconciliation, to reconcile all fronts and to work with you and to work with all manner of people so that we can continue to build a prosperous state. We are joining the APC today because of our critical admiration and respect for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and to provide the needed support for the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the home base. We are joining the APC for an enlightened state interest, predicated on the need to align our state with the center to attract more federal presence. That is the truth, pure and simple, as well as in the exercise of my fundamental right of association, as expressed in the 1999 Constitution as amended. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has possibly in the recent history of this nation faced the most daunting economic challenges of any leader. With boldness and deep convictions, he has stared these challenges ahead and moving head on, coming up with solutions that, though in the immediate aftermath is tough for Nigerians, but however, they are beginning to bear long-lasting and sustainable fruits. The removal of the petroleum subsidy, though a hard decision, could only be confronted by a man bold enough as the Jagaban himself. I am not known to play or talk from both sides of the mouth. People who know me know that when I believe in a thing, I go all out for it. I'm not used to seeing the president in the night and saying something else in the day. So that's why I have decided to join the train of the president, to support him, so I will not be accused of anti-party. And so today, I have made the bold declaration to join that train. But let me assure you, my dear Akwa Ibomites, as I speak to you today, that our government has always been an inclusive government. That will never change. No matter the party you are in this state, we are first of all Akwa Ibomites, and we share a common ancestry and will continue to work for you across party lines. Let me add here that our dear state is nationally considered as one of the safest and peaceful states in this nation. There is an urgent need to continue to sustain and deepen this important catalyst for growth by not engaging in unnecessary political bickering. Peace brings development, peace brings unity, and unity breeds brotherhood and inclusivity, and our state is the ultimate beneficiary. I've always said I will work for the unity of our state by running a bipartisan administration. This has been a well-thought-out position that was so eloquently stated in my inaugural speech on May 29, 2023. On that historic day, as stated thus, elections are over. Our kindred spirit must be renewed and deepened. We are all Akwa Ibomites first before politics. Politics, therefore, must not separate or sever the ties of our brotherhood, common heritage, and aspirations. On that solemn day, I pledge to you that I will be governor for all Akwa Ibomites, irrespective of political persuasions or affiliations. Today, as I make this formal movement from the PDP to APC, I pledge to you again, my dear Akwa Ibomites, that I will still run a bipartisan and inclusive governance. Akwa Ibom State, I promise you, will be a model of how to work together, pray together, aspire together, dream together, and achieve together without polarizing impulses of partisan politics. Political parties remain vehicles for election. I will continue to ensure that governance is done through the prism of bipartisanship. Let me end this speech with a quote from the renowned author, Julius Flagler. The secret of change is to focus all your energy, not in fighting the old, but on building the new. Therefore, I call on all of us, people of goodwill, political parties across the Akwa Ibom State, and particularly the APC family, to return back again from wherever you have been, whatever the issues have been. Let us sheathe our swords and turn them to plowshares as we begin to work together, as we begin to build together, as we begin to renew together. Let us put the past bitterness behind us. For if we all live in a country or in a state of an eye for an eye, we will all become blind very soon. Let us come together and build our party, because I know and I see on your faces that we all love this president. So for the sake of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, at whose instance we are here today, let us extend the hands of brotherhood, the hands of friendship to each other, that together will ensure that we return the president back to Aso Rock in 2027.
APC, APC, progress. We are going to confirm the date with the governor of Akwa Ibom State when the reception rally will be. In that rally, the leadership of the federal government produced by APC will be present. The leadership of our great party will be present. And the progressive governors will also be present. But on behalf of the governors produced by APC, speaking for the party, we are formally giving this mantle of this symbol, the broom, to our newest member with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto as a governor produced by APC. To God be the glory. Thank you.
That is the official reception of His Excellency into the Progressive Governors Forum, and all his brother governors on the platform of the APC now rallying around him to show solidarity. Of course, the very essence of the unity
in the video there, a confirmation. Officially, the Akwa Ibom State governor is an APC governor. He has joined the family of other APC governors, and also by that official defection, he's been inducted into the APC Governors Forum. And the chairman was there, Governor Hope Uzodimma, to officially welcome him. His defection has caused a conversation since that political switch happened yesterday. And today on the program, we'll be talking about Defections 2027 and what this means politically. We talked a bit about it in the papers. Is there a new political alignment? Will the South-South be totally Jagabanized? Or will some persons hold back and say they will not join the alignment? But of course, making sense of the conversation this morning on the weekend edition of the Morning Express, I was going to say morning flight, used to just do that on radio, is a communications expert and of course the secretary of the Oron Union. Today, he's coming on the heels of that office to talk about not just the defection of His Excellency, the governor of Akwa Ibom State, but defections ahead of 2027 and matters connected with. With great pleasure, I welcome Dr. Chris Okon. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Ike. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome.
Esteemed viewers, happy weekend to everyone.
Dr. Chris, let me take the first shot. There was a political change in Akwa Ibom. Same thing happened in Delta State when the governor, Sharif Oboweri, and his predecessor defected. There are certain states in this corridor of the South that, you know, since the return of democracy in 1999 has been PDP. All of a sudden, that narrative is changing. My question to you is, with these defections, do you see the South-South before 2027 becoming totally APC?
Well, there's a huge possibility for the entire South-South to be swept away with the APC-led engine, turbo engine. And that's completely for many reasons. And there are several arguments, and there are several reasons that can be adduced to be responsible for this particular current that is passing through the South-South. The first reason being the fact that the PDP, which once held sway the entire South-South for several years. In fact, this is the first time outside Cross River State that the South-South is suffering this hemorrhage in the PDP. And that is clearly because of the internal fracas, internal tumbling, internal rumbling, and internal disagreement that has persisted in the party across the entire country, and particularly in the South-South zone, as it were. And so it will be very, very nonsensical, and it will be very, very responsible for a leader, for a pilot who is controlling the fate of the people, to stay in a ship that he himself knows is bound to have a disaster.
Your last word raises concern, and I'd like to explore that word there. You said a ship that is bound.
That is one part. That is one part. There's the other part. The other part is deliberate alignment with the center. But what brought this particular alignment with the center is the gap, the lacuna that is created by the first reason, which is the internal problem. There are many ways that you can support the center. Like some governors in the Southwest, Governor Makinde, who is a governor of the PDP, is not fighting against the center. He's in alignment with the center. And that is even why he won a second term in office. So the same would have continued for the governors in the South-South. But why the alignment in the center as a reason is overshadowing and overwhelming the internal
wranglings
of the PDP is because the foundation of the defections or the movement, as it is called now, why the governor of Imo State used the word movement is because of the fact that the size of the people does not look like a defection. It looks like a movement. So I'm sure that is why Governor Uzodimma used that word movement. So, but the foundation of it, for several times, the governors of the South Side have tried to ensure that the party in the South Side have some direction. But it has not worked. And so, for any pilot or for any leader who means well for his people, you cannot remain in a ship that you know for sure and you can predict that this ship is going to sink.
Okay,
and you allow your people to be there. No, it's not safe.
The truth is, we finally boarded the Air Peace flight that was used earlier.
And that's an advertisement.
Yeah.
Are you in the ship?
Well, we are always independent.
Okay,
we watch out to see
how
things exactly. But then, in all of these activities, the defection of Governor Umoino, do you think by any way, or your assessment of it, is this like some political survival tactics or personal ambition? Now, looking at
let me refine your question. Governor Umoino's defection and some other defections, is it a survivalist kind of politics or a politics with the interests of the people at heart?
Well, some critics may call it survivalist strategy, but I call it existential strategy. You know, you have to exist. Self-determination is first. You have to exist. So now, if you call it survival, survival may not be a modest way to look at it. But if you call it existential strategy, whereby the leader and his party and the people should continue to exist. By the way, if you look at Pastor Umoino's statement in his inauguration address, which he reminded the people in his movement address, like the state chairman of the APC stated, Pastor Umoino looks like a man that attempts. I use the word attempt because most politicians don't keep to their words, especially in Africa and in Nigeria. But Pastor Umoino looked like one person that attempts to keep to his word. And significantly, he has done so in many things. So now, this movement, for me, is a movement to allow his ambition to continue to be alive. Number two, to allow his office to continue to be alive. Number three, to allow the people who are supporting him not to be disappointed. Let me create a scenario. Now, if Pastor Umoino continued in office and he now looked for a second term in PDP, which office is he going to get the form? Don't forget that election issues about the governor, apart from form collection, have been done in his own.
Yeah, but of course, even with the crisis in the PDP, before 2027, there are indications, especially with the move being spearheaded by the former president of the Senate, Alhaji Bukola Saraki, and some other PDP stalwarts, that this internal wranglings would have been settled before then. Even the secretaryship, you laugh. You laugh at my explanation. May I ask why you're laughing?
You know why I'm laughing at it is that, many times here we have been talking about the concept of being proactive and being reactive. So you want Pastor Umoino to wait until and wait to determine whether there will be a total reconciliation or whether the PDP is going to be is going to reinvent himself before he will take a decision, that is going to be able to rescue the people.
Well, Doc, let me put it this way. You think this is born out of a political calculation? Let me put it out for the region. This is
a fantastic argument, Jennifer. political calculation. You know, there's calculus also in politics, you know. So now you need to look at the political temperature and you look at the political science. The PDP is heading toward almost like an irreversible accident. I say so because all the signs are clear. There are people in the PDP that are on a revenge mission. They want to injure the party and injure those who injured them. And they don't seem to be arrested. Number two, there are people in PDP that are very ambitious. They don't want to subpedal their personal ambition for the overriding movement and growth of the party. Don't forget that the PDP may also be having a karma. This is a party that many people who are now fighting inside it used to sit and cross people's names during elections. They were not allowing internal democracy. You know, I used to laugh, Ike, when people say there is no God in politics. When you look at how the PDP has descended and they are coming down like a flight that has lost one of its engine now. One is remaining and they are coming down. You look at how godless some of the people that run it were, even in their utterances. Somebody said PDP was going to rule for how many years? Over 100 years. And by that time, they were not even up to 15 years then. So, and the way the PDP was going, sometimes they were not following the internal rules. It's a payback time, Ike. And that can only be possible in a system that there is God. Because what you sow is what you will reap. The characters and the leaders of the PDP, as it were, as it now, the way they are fighting for each other's jocular. And the governors, majority of the governors today, were not part of that particular struggle. Let's take Pastor Moino, for instance. When Pastor Moino was purely a politician, he was an entrepreneur, an investor, who was just playing politics in his ward and his local government area. So he was barely supporting people, empowering people in his village and his community. And on Providence, he became a commissioner. On Providence again, he became a governor. So he had never been a PDP member that was playing at the national level or at the state level. He was busy in his business. So he cannot come and inherit people's enemies. I want you to look at the psychology of the governor, why he has to move. So he cannot come and inherit people's enemies. He will not come and inherit Atiku's enemies. He will not come and inherit Wike's enemies.
But he's supposed to be a party man.
He's a party man that should not die, Ike. If so, you have to die because you are in PDP. No.
But if your party has issues and you are a good party man, you're supposed to stand with your party even in its time of crisis. Even God has provided modalities on how to deal with an enemy or conflict. New Testament, I refer you. He said when there is a problem, you report to elders. And if it is not able, if you cannot reconcile it among the elders, what does the Bible say? You keep the person at arm's length. Underlying the word theologically, arm's length. How does that tally with this situation?
You keep the PDP at arm's length.
The elders of the PDP, were they reported to?
They have several times on the table of reconciliation. It does not work. If you have heard the latest one that even Governor Wike came out, former Governor Wike, and said that the agreement has been broken so many times. So that is the foundation. But on the other side.
But Doc, there are people who liken the PDP situation to the Jonah on a ship. Don't you think the PDP knows the Jonah on the ship? How about unbundling that Jonah and throwing the Jonah off the ship so the ship can survive?
So have they done it? Assuming we're not considering that the PDP knows that there's a Jonah in the ship. By the way, How many journals do we have?
Okay. But then let's.
What if there are one? What if there are more than one journal, and the other one journal is saying that the other one is the journal? Okay, it's just like 3 of us now. Understand? So we are in a ship. Then Jennifer is saying that I'm the journal, but I'm saying that you are the journal.
Okay.
So when
then the other people on board the ship should throw the 3 of you away. The 2 of you, not me.
But all of them
See,
but either we have 2 or 3 or 4 journals. They all have supporters. So all the support group want each of the journal to remain.
Okay, but then let's shift the focus a bit away from the People's Democratic Party. And let's look at the All Progressives Congress. Let's look at the Labour Party. Now, what exactly is happening that these people are not moving to Labour Party? They're not moving to other political parties across the country. We have a number of them. They're all moving to the APC. Now, I'm going to ask this very specifically. You think the APC is being opportunistic, sort of, understanding the internal wranglings in each of these political parties, and of course maybe looking very stable at the moment, and so poses as the opportunity for these persons? You think they are acting
Let me add to Jennifer's question. Whilst you answer that, there are also allegations that internal wranglings in most of these political parties are allegedly sponsored by the ruling party.
Okay, my response is that common sense. Common sense. We are not going for an election immediately. The fact that the governors are moving to the APC does not indicate that even the APC is going to win the 2027 elections. And you talked about being opportunistic. It's a game of politics, opportunism. Every political party will likely want to expand than to shrink. So it's natural. So if you are waiting for people to be attracted to you when you don't have viability, or when you're not pushing an ideology, then my brother, you're wasting your energy and time. The power of incumbency is real, and it is true, and it is global factor.
So is it like a reflection? Is it either a reflection of a failing opposition party or an overly dominant ruling party?
No, the case of the governor is a little bit complex. I mean, Governor Moino. Now, I told you the other factor, but there's also one compelling evidence to see here, that the Governor Moino has also made accession to his personal liking for the president. You know, one of the first things that happened to Governor Moino on his first visit to the president is that it appears to him that the president embraced him immediately, even when he was a PDP governor. Number 2, the governor has that advantage of growing up in Lagos and working in most of his youthful time in Lagos. And the governor speaks very passionately about how he admired the work and the strategy that the president employed in governance in Lagos.
While he was the governor then.
While he was the governor then. So there's also a human factor to this. So the issue of the party is just giving credence, it's just giving opportunity to the governor. So the governor who already admired the president as a person, and the president also admired the governor and embraced him. And you know, it's very seldom for somebody to call you a son. And the governor speaks Yoruba just like he speaks Ibibio.
Fluently.
In fact, he may even speak Yoruba more fluently than Ibibio, because as he came back, he was speaking Ibibio. He spoke Yoruba more. Maybe in 5 days of a week or 7 days of a week, the governor speaks Yoruba more than 6 days.
How did you come by this?
Yes.
You live in the same room with him.
No, I'm talking about business. If you're a businessman in Lagos, as he was, or working as a professional, You will not be using Ibibio to communicate except you see Ibibio. And you know the population is more of the Yorubas. Even people who are Igbo speak Yoruba there. Those who are in Akwa Ibom speak Yoruba there. So those advantages. And you know, language is a powerful symbol. It's a powerful cultural element in terms of alignment. I tell you of a fact. I served in Jigawa State as a corps member. And anytime I want to buy something from those, for traders who are from Hausa, who speak Hausa, I buy better.
Because you use their language.
Immediately I start speaking their language and ask them, did you wake up well? How was your night?
Yeah,
they are very excited. Inakwana, Antashikalo, Kwanalafia. They feel connected immediately. There's something language does, Ike. So, I am of the opinion that the governor felt personally attached and personally admired Mr. President. That is one. Number two. Number three, the governor also, in his effort to bring down the temperature and tempo of politics, negative politicking in Akwa Ibom. There was a time that APC people were not visiting PDP people. On the road, if there is burial in Akwa Ibom State, and that burial is about an APC person, a PDP person will not go.
Even if they were friends.
No matter what happened. The same, and it also applied in business. In Akwa Ibom. But when the governor came, what he announced on the first day about his approach to governance, I tell you as a person, if there's anything the governor has done in Akwa Ibom, my greatest score of this governor is his approach to resolving those divides. If I'm a lecturer, I'm a teacher. If I were to award the governor mark in almost everything he has done, one area is sure to have an A from me, is his attitude and approach toward opponents. He does not treat opponent as opponent. He treats them as brothers. And that has reduced the number of cases we used to have in court. Every day we will go to court and we'll be spending money and governance will be distracted. So one area that also brought the governor very closely with the APC is the fact that by his relationship with all the officials of government, some of which were in APC, including the Senate President and other officials of government.
Let me interject you, Doc. There are some who believe that the slang PDP is a religion in Akwa Ibom. The political culture of Akwa Ibom, the political dynasty, the political arrangement has been altered. Some see it as a betrayal. Some see it as an aberration of a sort. With all of these whispers around the governor's defection, is there sense in these sentiments being expressed?
Well, in the first instance, saying that PDP was a religion in Akwa Ibom State was a statement of propaganda. It was just a propaganda machinery trying to dominate. You know, we spoke about what propaganda does, even in conflict, even in war, trying to detonate, trying to destroy, or to, to confuse the psychology of your opponent. But honestly speaking, you cannot say PDP is a religion. It's a fallacy. In strict philosophy, you cannot say PDP is a religion. Even APC cannot say so today. Even in Nigeria, APC cannot say that the APC is religion. If they say so, it's a fallacy and it's pure a propaganda tool. So those statements were not statements of facts. However, PDP held sway in Akwa Ibom and would have been able to continue to hold sway if PDP were to begin and end in Akwa Ibom, without looking for the zonal structure, without looking for the national structure, I can assure you, without mincing words, that PDP would have been able to hold sway in Akwa Ibom state. But why the change, you will ask, is that in order, and the governor has tried to say this, some people were even getting annoyed by the kind of examples
he was giving.
He was giving. He now changed the example in case some people feel that he was mentioning brands that are owned by Akwa Ibom State. But that is the truth. That you want to go to Aba and you have just stopped the car. The man came out of the car, the driver came out of the car, came and packed your things inside the boot, close it. On entering the car, you could not start the car again. So because of the fact that you were the one that stopped it, you cannot bring your things down and enter another car that is going to Aba. It's simple, it's common sense. And that is the truth. So what the PDP has suffered from failure to follow their rules for a long time. And if the APC also will follow the example of PDP, what is happening to PDP today will happen to APC in the future. But so there is nobody that can claim that it's very recently that, oh, that was the PDP. We will also rule, it will not. If the APC do not follow their rules in terms of internal democracy, allow the rules to operate, and respect the federal character, respect zoning, and respect the diversity of our country. What has happened to PDP will happen to APC. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I can tell you for free.
Dr. Chris, shouldn't the APC be careful at this point in accepting defectors? Now, why I'm saying that is they've considered that perhaps some of these governors are moving into the All Progressives Congress to stand on the president's mandate and hide under that cover, not to engage in their own activities as governors or take their stand in their different states and ensure there's governance in those states. Don't you think the APC should be careful about whom they accept into the All Progressives Congress, not to in any way tarnish an image or which they are trying to build on?
Well, unfortunately, most of the governors that are moving to the APC are governors that have performed very well. I'm telling you that even the suspended governor of Rivers State, there's a national consensus that within that short time in office, even the person that took over from him, when he saw what he did.
When you say the suspended governor of Rivers State, well, the papers had captured that there are expectations of a possible defection from some other governors, and you just
I'm just going to, it's like I read your mind.
Okay.
You know? It's like I read your mind, Jennifer.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that normally in marketing, you buy things that are far more useful and far more something that will bring value to your life. You don't take your money to a shelf, to a supermarket, and you see something that is clearly expired and you buy it. So APC will not go shopping for products because these governors are like products. In terms of the concept of political marketing, these governors are like products. So the APC will not be able to go and buy products that are not marketable. If these governors do not bring something to the table, the APC will not desperately go after them. And let me tell you, for those governors who will not bring something to the table, it's not a guarantee that you go for a second term.
Dr. Chris, you say APC will not desperately go after them. These are your words. Is the APC the ones seeking them, or they are the ones looking for coverage?
There is an intersection. The intersection is that, there is one Ibibio adage that we normally say, "Oyongba, do you understand?
No.
Okay. Let me explain it. Somebody that is looking for death has just met somebody that wants to die.
Someone that wants to kill.
Okay, somebody that wants to kill. You know, you are looking for death. You now, very luckily,
meet someone
that wants to kill. Okay, so that is why I'm saying that there's an intersection. The intersection is that there is somebody that is looking for somebody, and there's another person that is looking for another person. So the two ambitions now meet halfway. The APC want to expand their coasts, and they want to capture the South-South. And the governors also wants a place that is dependable.
Perhaps stable.
Stable. That can protect the ambition and the ambition of their state and their people, because they are leaders in their rights. So these two ambitions now have a meeting point. And that is where you find the equilibrium. The equilibrium in marketing is that there is this marriage. So this marriage is a new marriage. And you know, for all marriages, there are also consequences.
Now, you've spoken about marriage and the consequences of marriage. There are people who are of the opinion that the APC will implode. And there are persons who have mooted the idea that you may not have the APC be as strong after the tenure of Mr. President. Do you see sense in these conversations?
I've already said so. But it all depends on whether they can manage their banana peels. Okay? When a system is so powerful, like PDP was, of course you know that PDP was very powerful. What will happen thereafter may always be some level of disaffection. So the APC is expanding. What we are going to see is that the APC will be expanding to the south and the PDP will be expanding to the north. So in the 2027 election, it is likely that almost between 80 to 90 something percent of the south will be PDP, and while the PDP will have an encroachment into the north. Okay. So now, what happens now is that if the APC is able to follow their rules, if the APC is able to practicalize their ideology, ensure that they resolve the economic problem, move Nigeria from one commodity economy to a multi-commodity economy, diversify our economy, get the educational system to work better, get the health system to improve, get the young people to acquire skill that can even make them exportable. And it is their policy that made this to happen. That is only when the APC can continue. But if APC cannot deliver on this, and they want to depend on propaganda, then what happened to PDP will happen to APC.
Do you think they will implode? Do you fear the possibility of implosion with the rate at which the numbers of the APC are increasing by the day?
Implosion will only happen if you don't follow your rules. You know, when somebody deserves, for instance now, if somebody deserves to be standing and you allow him to stand, so if he keeps on standing, he will not be annoyed. But if the person was standing and you force him to sit down, he will tell you to stand. It was my turn to stand. That's implosion.
Okay.
Implosion is a consequence of disorder. So, if the APC is able to follow their rules, allow people to be able to aspire, let them follow the rules in terms of their aspiration, then they will be able to continue. If not, there will be a form of amalgamation in the future.
All right.
Even the PDP will also undergo an amalgamation.
There are some social media reactions concerning the recent wave of defection to the All Progressives Congress. We'll take some of those social media reactions as, of course, we'll briefly talk about those reactions and how that captures the situation in the country. Let's look at those reactions from social media. This one is from Edo. It says here, Governor 2 enjoys government provisions without spending a penny from his hard-earned money for several years. He will never understand how tough this country looks like. He sees everything as the same. He doesn't feel the pressure like the common masses who doesn't have access. Okay, and
that's Governor 2 of Cross River.
Of Cross River. Wale A says defection to the All Progressives Congress shows acceptance of the APC. Defection from the PDP signifies the rejection of the PDP. Acceptance is worthy of celebration. Only a leper celebrates rejection.
Is this not a buttressing what Assam said yesterday, that the PDP is rejoicing that Governor Moino is leaving, and the APC is happy as well that the governor is coming? I'm only speaking to what that tweet.
Based on that reaction.
Yeah, in the case of Akwa Ibom, His Excellency Assam is correct. Because you cannot stay, if you stay, you will die. If you move, you will die. So you move. So what actually saying that the PDP in Akwa Ibom State that has moved, they are happy that
the governor has made this move.
So was it like a turn in the flesh for the People's Democratic Party?
No, that is not the dimension. The dimension is that it appears that the governor was going to be stopped. That is where the happiness is coming from.
Okay, let's take more reactions.
In terms of second term.
Okay, this one is from Aisha Aigbe. Says, is it still democracy when all the governors defect to, I think, to one party, and the country that should be governed only by a singular political party? Well, and we'll just take one more. Koboko says here, it's really obvious that most of the defecting governors are only trying to secure a second term in office. While some deserve a second term, not all of them do, and they all want to stand on PBAT's mandates, just what I had mentioned earlier.
Yes.
But let me briefly bring the issue of defection in the South-South. You think this is beginning to bring some form of trend to the southern part of the country? Now, for instance, before the 2019 election, we've known how the South-South has been in the political system. But now we have Delta in the All Progressives Congress. Akwa Ibom has joined in the All Progressives Congress. Edo is of the All Progressives Congress. Cross River. And Rivers, though not certain, but there are some insinuations that the governor, after his visit to the president, might possibly move to the All Progressives Congress. You think this is something, is this some sort of a strategy for the region, or it is just a matter of survival?
And as your parting shot, is Bielsa to be expected anytime soon?
And in fact, he's not seeking a second term.
Well, everybody will wait, but if there's no PDP zonal structure in the south, then you can as well guess that everybody will move.
So we'll take that as your parting shot then.
Well, my parting shot is that one person has said that everybody is going to the party that is at the center will always want to enjoy an expansion. So it takes you, the opponent, to stop him. So it's not him that will stop himself.
Dr. Chris Okon has been our guest this morning. Thank you so much, Dr. Chris. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on these defections and matters arising. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Jennifer.
We appreciate your time.
And welcome back.
Oh, thank you.